This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports, here we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
What's up, my wonderful peeps? Sports to the bone here again, man. Shout out to all the viewers, the subscribers, and the followers. Big up on yourself. So, yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, it is time for that video once again, where we break down a series win. Not very often we get a chance to look at a West Indies series win. So we're going to look at the highs and the lows of the series. Also going to be covering that last T20 game that was played last night. So stay tuned as we break down how this series went in its entirety. Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers. So at the end of game 3, we have managed to clip the series 2-1. And, if I'm going to be honest, it's actually a bittersweet moment for me. Because the series win wasn't vintage by any means at all. It was basically, as I said, we managed to clip the series. It's not like we were dominant throughout all 3 games. And, it's not like, say, boy, I was looking for them to just go out there and blow over Sri Lanka. But the mere fact that we had so many power hitters in our team and so many experienced players as regards to the T20 format of the game, one would be right to basically expect that we would have gone out there and just take this series easily. But, having said all of that, a series win is a series win. Now, West Indies, they made a change going in. They actually brought in Ravman Powell for Fidel Edwards. So, boy, you could call it that they went for a next batsman, because Powell would be classified as a batting all-rounder. Yeah, man, so they left out Fidel Edwards and brought in Ravman Powell. Now, for the 3rd time running, Sri Lanka actually batted first. And I must admit, we actually kept it tight. We kept it disciplined. We had maybe 1 or 2 misfield. But generally speaking, the work was good out there in the field. The bowlers did pretty well. The fielders, they did pretty well. Especially Sinclair. I think he took a couple of brilliant catches in the field. So I must salute them. DJ Bravo is usually very economical. He bowled okay, but in the last part, I think in his last over, he went for something like maybe 2 sixes, I think it was, or a 6 or a 4. And, that sort of pushed the momentum, pushed the Sri Lankans innings a little bit forward. But generally speaking, as I'm saying, guys, bowling and fielding out there, we kept it pretty tight. I am thinking that Pollard, he managed to sort of, get his field placings right. His the way how he rotated his bowlers, that was actually spot on also. And one bowler in particular was Allen. He bowled pretty well. Only 13 runs coming off his 4 overs. Now, as regards to the resistance for the Sri Lankans, where the batting is concerned, senior players Chandimal and Bandara, they were able to stand up and start to put in some work for the visitors. And as much as we bowled, and kept it tight, both men actually made 54 and 44 respectively. So that sort of helped to push the total forward. Now, the final total, it actually mirrored that of the first game, just barely getting over the 130 mark. So, yeah, man, viewers and subscribers, we kept it tight. And when we're talking about the falling of wickets, we had them at 10 for 1, 15 for 2, 27 for 3, up to 46 for 4. And, this is when both those above mentioned batsmen came in, and they were able to put together something pretty good for the Sri Lankans so that we could have something to chase. Now, bowling for us, we had Allen. He actually picked up 1 for 13 of his 4, as I had said earlier and up in the video. Sinclair, he bowled okay. He got 1 for 19 off 2 overs, so he didn't complete 4 overs this trip around. Alright, viewers and subscribers, so let us just take a look at numbers as regards to our batting, because even though that total was so low, we know how our players perform when it comes on to spin. Now, in reply, Lewis and Simmons, they seemed as if they were actually trying to put together a different approach. as regards to facing up to the spinners. The pair, they actually took the score to 39 before Lewis was removed by Silva. So, at least they actually, you could see, them trying to rotate the strike a little better this time around instead of just going for the big shots every ball. Now, after the removal of Lewis, Gale came to the crease and Simmons, he continued and was looking pretty good. Was wondering if he would, last night would have been the night where he would have batted through the innings getting some runs. But he seemed to have had I don't even know what to call it, that type of moment. But it seems as if something went off in his head and he just chipped down the wicket trying to heave a ball over the boundary and was removed, stumped. And we're talking about at a point in time when he didn't need to play that shot. So, once again, we see that our batsmen, they are getting starts, but they continuously make some very silly decisions. Now, Gale and Pollard, they were actually ineffective last night again. We're talking about, the spinners pinning us down, putting a stronghold on us, making sure that, our big hitters feel pressured and were unable to free their arms. Yeah, man. So the spinners were once again very very good. I mean, even the pace bowlers or the medium pace bowlers that bowled, they were able to pin us back a little bit. Because the spinners would have managed to put us on some amount of pressure. Powell and DJ Bravo, they came and they left pretty much as soon as they came. I think it was actually Sandakan that removed both batsmen. So once again, going in search of a small total, we were crumbling all over the place. Now, with all of this happening, the cool-headed Jason Holder, he was actually needed to take control of the situation, and just as he would have done on several occasions, he actually took control of the situation, decided that the mere fact that he was batting with Allen, he would shepherd him and then take the responsibility of going for the runs. But viewers and subscribers, with 3 overs to go, Fabian Allen was actually backing himself to get the runs for us, even though Jason Holder was sort of trying to shield him. Now, Dhananjaya, he was unable to put together a good bowling performance because he was roughly treated by Allen, who smashed a couple of sixes to give the Windies the win. So yeah, man, going down to the last 2 overs, I think we wanted something like, don't remember if it was 26 or 27 to get off those 2 overs, and Fabian Allen, he really teed off and got a couple of sixes. He really middled them very well. So shout out to Fabian Allen. And we're talking about last of wicket at 37 for 1, 54 for 2, 61 for 3, 95 for 5, 105 for 6, 105 for 7. So you see that we kept we lost wicket pretty close to each other. So it's not like players came in and settled and were trying to do something, then were removed. We were actually bogged down by the spin. So once again, we see that the spinners are actually getting the better of us. Yeah, man, viewers and subscribers. So, winning the series is good, but moving forward, there are a couple of things that we need to change. I mean, winning is good, but definitely a couple of things, need to be shifted around, and they need to draw a couple more cards and things. The bowlers, generally speaking, in this series, the bowlers did pretty well, because we got Sri Lanka for, they did manage to make anything over 180 or those are usually scores that you get in T20 cricket these days. And, we're able to keep them far away from any of those starter total. So the bowlers did pretty well. I think Pollard utilized them well also, but our senior batsmen then really need to shake up themselves. We're talking about Gale, Poor and Simmons, Lewis. All of these guys, they didn't really do anything in this series. So them not really cover themselves in any glory. So going forward, they will be able to say they won the series against the T20 series, but I doubt anybody can really stick up them hand and say, yes, I really performed well. And I mean, the highs that would have come out of this series, we would be talking about somebody like a McCoy and a Sinclair that would have gone and show that, boy, hear what, we are breakthrough youngsters and we are going to be grabbing our opportunities. So very good to see McCoy and Sinclair coming through. As it relates to the other batsmen, guys, we're talking about Simmons, Lewis, Gale. These are all guys that would have proved themselves years ago. But boy, if they really want to stay in the team, they are going to need to perform. You understand? And we definitely need somebody that is able to accumulate runs, tick over the score when the boundaries are not coming. We need a batsman like that. Previously or in past years, we would have people like, maybe somebody like a Marlon Samuels or somebody like a, let me see. We even it was 50 over, we would have somebody like a Sarwan that would be able to tick over the score. So we need somebody that is able to play some shots and not necessarily always going for the boundaries. So these are a couple of things that we need to look at going forward. And we definitely need to come up with a way how to counteract the spinners when they come up against our players. Yeah, man, viewers and subscribers. So after seeing all of this, in my opinion, guys, I think we need to focus on the future of West Indies cricket. Some of these guys that we brought back in to say, here what, let us give them a chance because, they would have performed well regionally or they would have done some amount of work in certain franchise cricket. Some of the man which part reach certain age. I doubt, they cover themselves in glory for this series and they wouldn't have made a good impression as regards to securing their spot going forward. But we all know how West Indies cricket is and how the selectors are, so I won't be surprised of anything. But as I said, we need to start focusing on the young cricketers like your Mackay, your Sinclair, and those guys that were playing, plus roping in the others that are out there in the cold, people like your Hetmaya and all of those guys. Phillips, who bowled so well in the 50 overs tournament there that just concluded. So these are a couple of things that they need to sort out, guys, going forward. If the older guys are not able to cut it, we need to start focusing on the youngsters because my thing already, if a cricketer that is 35, 36 is able to outperform a 24-year-old, then, that big man deserve a spot in the team because he's outperforming the youngster. But when both of them are not performing, then I think you should invest the time in the youngster. But these, though, are just my views. Now, as always, viewers and subscribers, you don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Yeah, man. Sports to the bone. Keeping you informed. Please remember to like, share, leave us a comment. If you have not yet subscribed, remember to subscribe to the channel. I'm out.